Today, today I'm going to explain how my most recent launch failed and how I've started overcoming it. Hi, welcome to Blackberry. My name's Kristen, mom of two, pet portrait artist, and business owner. Let's start our journey at the beginning. Oh, wait. The video playing is of me making my Patreon stickers for this month. Okay, back to the beginning of my very failed launch. So I was feeling super burnt out in my business by the end of March. I'd been launching new pet portrait themes every month for 2 straight years, and my idea tank finally started to run dry. I'd been wanting to bring in more non-custom items to the business, and that's how the Groovy Collection was born. And if you want to see more on the Groovy Collection itself, you can click the button up in the corner for last week's video. But I had this mega end of season sale that went incredibly well at the end of April. I closed down all of my pet portraits and had hoped to do a relaunch in July. Well, that didn't go to plan. I made the rash decision to move the launch up by 3 weeks and had to rush all of my designs. Because my April sale had gone so well, I spent all of May drawing and had barely a week to design, make listings, find models, and start launching the Groovy Collection, which was exactly the reason why I had closed everything in the first place, was this super rushed, stressed out feeling. But hindsight is 20/20, as they say. So I pressed on. Knowing I had to launch the collection regardless, I needed the income and I had to put something out there for people to purchase. Well, here's the thing, and it's something you should really keep in mind if you're a fellow small business owner. Don't jump your prices. Man, this is a really hard one to admit, but I was feeling so down about my portraits taking longer than I was charging for them, and I just felt like I kind of deserved more money. And honestly, I might. But there's also a line where I need to become faster or tone down my style to keep the prices within reach of my customers. I suppose we should also talk about the theme. It really wasn't a hit. Everyone I talked to about the collection thought it was a great idea. They loved it. They thought the designs were good, but come launch day, not a single person ordered. I made 2 sales outside of my models during this launch, and even though I made a last push to get more sales, no one ordered. It was completely my fault. Hook, line, and sinker, I had sunk myself, and it took a lot of crying, a lot of talking it out with friends, and deep breaths to move on. And this is where I want you to learn from my mistake. This week's business tip is from the absolute lows, from the crashing bottom a small business can be at. Always, yes, always, do your market research, and if you're going to raise your prices, do it in small increments. Please never do any massive jumps in price. Let's break down market research because I honestly need a reminder of it myself. Number 1, market research is you questioning your audience, whether that's in an Instagram story poll, by an email questionnaire, in comments of a post, or just straight from the DMs. You need to be asking the tough questions. What have I been doing lately that you loved? Is there something I put out recently that you didn't like? What products or themes are you looking for next? Combine your market research and look over everything together. Then compile some answers for a good poll that you could give your audience to help you pick the next product or the next theme for your future launch. This is such an important step in running your business. You can't help your audience without knowing how to. You need to listen to what they have to say, listen to what they are looking for, and make your products for them, not just for yourself. Which I know, does sound kind of backwards. But as a product business owner, you can't sell those products without someone to buy them. And you can't build that audience without first getting to know them. There will always be people who love whatever you make, but you do need to please the majority of people most of the time too. Consider splitting your launches or items in a new collection between ones for your customers and the few you truly loved to make. And the other tidbit I learned the very, very hard way is don't jump in price. That was honestly my downfall with this collection. I just outpriced my customers, and for some reason, at the time, I thought it was totally okay, and it really wasn't. I was cocky, self-centered, and I feel like I lost a connection with my audience, and that was a huge part of this whole collection and the burnout in general. I just felt disconnected, and when you feel like that, it's hard to know what your customers want or how to tone your products and your vibe to what they're looking for. And without them, you don't have a business. And I'll tell you what, now that I've gotten my head on straight, I've been talking 10 times more with my audience than I have been in the last 6 months. My DMs, my comments for my posts, they've all been popping up like crazy, and it's been 4 days. But that's because I straightened up, I realized what the problem was, and I started to re-engage my audience, which I clearly haven't been doing for a long time. So make sure you're paying attention to the people who follow you, the people who reply to your DMs and your comments and posts, your stories. It's really about them, what they're looking for, and just being their friend and engaging with them. And this isn't some kind of joke or a lie or anything like that. When I got humbled and made that realization, it truly brought me back to earth, and it helped me connect with my customers again. So please take these tips to heart so you don't have to learn them the hard way like I did. Make sure to do your market research and don't do any major jumps in price. I recommend if you have low priced items to just go up $1 or $2. If you have higher priced items like I do, start at a $5 mark. It's just better for your customers to ease them into higher prices, and you won't fall into the hole that I did where nobody orders. And since we've been watching me making and packing all of my Patreon orders, I do want to make sure that I shout them out because they are so amazing. I wish I could say all of their names. I have over 34 Patreon members right now, but without them in my business, I would not have been able to make it through the month of June because of my big-headed attitude and this terrible launch that happened because of that. But without my Patreon members, I would have had no income. So I truly love them so much, and I owe them the world. Okay, that's it for tips from a fellow small business owner who made a giant mistake. Let me know in the comments if you've made a similar mistake in your business, or if you're happy to have a warning so you don't fall into that hole. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!